Hello, everyone. We're back. All right. So let's see here. We've got a top 32 game from season 14. This is Johnny on the red side versus Ben on the blue side. Johnny is playing a Web Warrior list here. He's got Miles as only leader, but he's bringing Toad, Nick Fury, Hulk, Black Widow, Proxima as splash characters in the list. He's got Eye in the Sky here, and I don't see anything too crazy for the matchup. It's pretty by the book. So let's see what Ben is bringing. Ben is bringing a X-Force list here. He's splashing Crimson Dynamo, Spectacular, Elektra, and Zemo. And it looks like it's pretty fighty here. Looks pretty standard to me on X-Force. And nothing too flashy. So that's pretty much it. Let's let them know we're going. They can start the game. Joining me on commentary is Curtis. How's it going, man?
It's been a great day, Lucas. It's been a great day.
Tell me why.
Well, I'm so happy to join you for the Carol Stream 2 Lady Sif episode today. We'll be talking for a good couple hours about how great that character is and why she's the best new release in Asgard and Hellfire Club. Very excited to be here.
It's pretty cool. You can talk as much as you want about unrelated things. I will be commentating over the game so that people listening slash watching will have some semblance of what's going on. But feel free to jump in and interrupt about why you love Sif at any given time, and we'll just have to deal with that.
I definitely will. What crises just came up here?
Okay, let's see. We've got Spider Infected versus Meteors. So 17 threat again in this mission. We just saw a 17 threat game. Spiders as well. And all right, let's see what happens. Board Edge goes to Johnny because he lost priority. What do you think about Meteors? What do you think of this crisis combination for Johnny?
I think this is pretty good for Johnny. I think for losing priority here, I think intrusions would have been his worst and infinity would have been his best. So, meteors is somewhere in the middle, and he's probably pretty happy about spider infected.
Yeah, I actually played a game against X Force on intrusions, and here's what happened. I put my Miles on a spider, and I moved them. He was like halfway between the midline of the board and the deployment edge at the end of his that turn for round one, and um, and then my spider rolled bad, and he was put into the danger zone and just got annihilated by X Force. So that's what my mind is on right now. Let's see if like what Johnny does with the spiders, but I agree with what you said that he lost priority. He didn't get worst case scenario, which would have been probably intrusions. So
Yeah, I think intrusions with something like senators would have been quite bad because that really brings the fight to the middle, and I think X Force can put a lot of centerline pressure. But in this case, um, even though Meteors is quite central, just the way it's shaped, there is a little bit of safety, and with a lot of extract points, Johnny potentially doesn't have to engage with all of the secures and get right in the fight. But Ben's list is really it's really got some scary stuff for spiders here, and I would expect to see at 17 probably something like Cable, Deadpool, X-23, Zemo, and Spectacular would be my guess, but I can also see him bringing a four threat like Psylocke with Bullseye. But we'll see what he decides here.
yeah, so Johnny does like he likes being very aggressive with his extract grabs. So we're gonna see. I don't know if like we're gonna see that. Like Cable is a pretty threatening character here, so that's something interesting that we're gonna have to look out for. All right, I'm gonna go through the squads here. They just unlocked them, so we have. All right, we've got a six wide web team from Johnny with the four three threat spiders that you see a lot. This is Gwen, Miles, Spectacular, Black Cat with Proxima and Toad as his splash characters. We've got Fallback Brace, All Webbed Up, Disarm, Spider Tracker. And on the other side, we have Cable, Deadpool, X-23, Psylocke, Bullseye, just as you said. Good guess. Brace, Sacrifice, Exceptional, Mark for Death, Cat and Mouse. And here we go. We're going to see the crises come down. And the timer should be starting as the deployment begins very soon. So, all right. So let's see how this goes. I'm concerned about Toad just getting melted by Cable. I think Cable is like very good at dealing with Toad and like the terrain throw and just tagging him with his gun. So we'll see how aggressive Johnny plays with Toad here. I'm interested to find out.
Yeah, I think I think Johnny's in a position where he really likes taking the six wide team and having Proxima, Black Hat, and Toad available to dive back extracts. And so, Proxima has damage reduction. I guess Black Cat can't be re-rolled on, which helps into models like Cable and the whole leadership. But I can see a world where if Ben puts Cable fairly central and then has like he's deployed Deadpool and X-23 on either side, I think he can present a lot of very scary threats for Johnny diving, um, which may not let Johnny get the same kind of initiative early. Now, I also don't know who Ben might plan on getting that middle spider, and I think if he leaves that, it gives a good option for Toad to maybe grab it and try to slippery away from any other threats. So we'll see kind of how the rest of this deployment goes.
Yeah, if Toad is near the midline here, I would expect Cable to like move, throw terrain in Toad, and then do his builder with the rerolls on it, and just try to take him out like that. So I'd be careful about that. The one thing that I said on a recent stream, was that Toad Toad on a pay to flip mission, it means that he basically can't run away from the scenario completely with while he's holding extracts, and that makes me nervous about bringing him on meteors because the pay not only is the pay to flip it's a pay to flip, but it's a pay to flip that is pretty condensed. So,
Yeah,
all
it
right,
looks like where Johnny's putting Toad, it seems he's trying to set up maybe for Toad to be able to flip Ben's far meteor, but from range two behind, like he should have some cover there potentially. So maybe it's a case where he's trying to send Toad up last and try to be annoying and keep flipping that point, darting in and out. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm not totally sure what the plan is, but he's also going to have some people centrally deployed and able to, maybe punish someone that comes to the middle on Ben's side. It'll be really interesting here.
yeah,
Um, Cable being there is interesting. I don't know what the spacing will be like after Cat and Mouse, but Johnny may feel actually okay about um, putting Proxima where he's putting her to grab that spider on the opposite side of Cable.
right.
That
Decision won't
that
be
would
made after Cat and Mouse is played, I'm sure.
yeah, and then maybe Toad does something like grab a spider and then darts off to the board edge, um, but kind of stay out of danger, but always be threatening, flipping that edge meteor there. So that could be what Johnny's thinking here.
Okay. So we have, all right, so let's just go through the deployment then here. On Ben's side, who has priority, he's put Cable near the center, but just off of it. Psylocke dead center. Bullseye and X-23 on his home meteor on the bottom flank, and then Deadpool on the top flank across from the opponent's meteor. And then on against Deadpool, we have got Spectacular and Black Cat, and then we've got Gwen, Miles, and Proxima kind of in the middle, but Proxima is in an angle to grab the opposing spider. And same with Toad on that range too. They both have like that range. So Toad's on the this bottom flank. So facing against X-23 and Bullseye. So let's see what Ben does as his opening turn. We've got the clocks to go here. So um,
I wonder if Johnny here has maybe a play with Cable in um, what's the an impact webbing range from Gwen. Maybe Johnny moves her up and tries to hit Cable and push him
that
back
seems
here.
that seems scary. But he does only have one move action this turn because he played Cat and Mouse.
Yeah, So I don't know. I mean, there could be a world here where Johnny moves Ghost Spider, shoots Cable back, and then pulls Psylocke forward into the team or something. Um,
All right, so Psylocke did grab the middle, so she's standing on the midline on the meteor, so she's kind of protecting it from being flipped by the spider player. So let's see what Toad ends up doing here. Can he get onto the? It looks like he can get on the sarcophagus terrain piece and get cover and pick up the spider. So he's being very aggressive with the extract. Important thing to remember is that the X Force team can use their leadership and to get a reroll, and while within 3, that reroll also negates cover. So it's a pretty impactful reroll once per turn, and once per character per turn, and I'm sure we're gonna see it come into play, and like basically the whole game, right? It's a very
yeah.
strong reroll.
One thing here that Ben, it's pretty subtle, but it might be an early mistake is taking Brace for Impact and not no matter the cost. I think X23 might be in a better position to punish Toad here if she could spend her right away. Um, and I don't even know if she's kind of a move in range 2 from Toad. So just an interesting option there, but we'll see how well he can punish that aggression from Toad.
Yeah, I think that as soon as Toad gets 2 power, he's slippering away, right? So you really want to get a good punch in on him before he does so. You do have priority, so if Toad doesn't get too far away, it means the spider might kind of put him in a very, very dangerous position. The spectacular is grab the spider. So Deadpool grabbed his home spider, and now Spectacular's grabbing his. Range 4 on Deadpool means he's going to throw an impact webbing into Deadpool.
Yeah, this would be a big push, but doesn't look like he's going to get it.
No. At least he didn't do any damage, because if he did like one damage, then Deadpool can just heal it back next round. Like, you're giving him,
Mm-hmm.
usually in that case, you're just giving him free power. All right, so we've got X23 to go here against Toad. Let's see what he does. Just move and also important to
Yeah.
note that Toad is on the meteor. So if you try to roll on it, you're going to have to roll over his defense, or over the one that Toad is defending with. I don't know how to say that. It's stupid. Bad with words. It's been 3 hours of streaming now, or whatever. All right.
Yeah, you've been through it, man.
Okay. All right. So we have, oh, dude, a big roll from X23 here. Leadership, it looks like, is coming into play. That's going to get Toad if he doesn't use this successful defense roll here. Oh, he got it. So Toad lives on 1, and he's going to get away. Oh, my goodness. That was a close call for
Yeah,
Johnny.
I mean, Toad's not in a great spot for next round, but I think it's a huge win for Johnny being able to get Toad out of there.
Yeah. He is bleeding as well, so Toad is looking to just get the heck out of there.
Yeah, I mean that's really strong for Johnny and what he wants to do here. Maybe Ben can send Bullseye over and try to clean up Toad next round with Prio, and not waste X23's activation on that, unless you know maybe he feels X23 can get her flurry or whatever it is off that. But I'd probably just send Bullseye that way and let him flip the meteor and then shoot Toad at the top of next round.
Yeah. Very reasonable.
It'll be interesting now with some of that aggression settled, how aggressive Johnny's going to be going after Psylocke, while also knowing that Cable still has an activation and is probably going to shoot someone twice.
Yeah, you kind of have to put characters on to flip meteors. Maybe flip your home meteor. Black Cat is also uh, decent at dealing with Cable, because she you can't re-roll against her, which means you also can't use. Can you use the leadership against her to negate cover? I don't
That's a
think
good
so.
question.
Oh no, no, you can't. Yeah, you cannot do that. So you have to in order to negate cover, you have to actually get to reroll, and Black Cat prevents rerolling. So therefore, she will be able to get cover if Cable is not within 2 of her, because of that. So you can maybe look. We're gonna see Black Cat try to flip this home meteor. Looks like, and then um, yeah, I don't know what else to see here. This spider that's on the ground for Johnny is safe. There's no one else that can grab this, so you don't have to do it right away if you don't want to.
Yeah, Johnny's got some options here. I think one thing he could consider is having Proxima move, and maybe it's probably not worth punching X-23, but maybe he sends Proxima up aggressively to flip the meteor. Um, that's probably what he's lining up here if he's getting Miles to pick up the spider infected.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the right call. You want Proxima to be the one who's getting aggressive and maybe keep Miles somewhat safe until later.
Yeah, so Johnny's playing for a 5-point round this round with the outside meteors, and then the 3 spiders. Looks like Miles is just running away, and then yeah, we'll see if he how he handles that. Proxima would have to, if Bullseye hits this meteor, then Proxima is looking probably go into Bullseye instead, and then hit a 50-50 on the meteor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not really worried about Bullseye's clapback, whereas X-23 um,
Oh,
giving her 2 power when she's just going to heal it off anyway. I mean, she's already on 5, so that doesn't matter. But the Bullseyes, I think, like whenever I see a Bullseye on the other side as a scenario team, that's always the target I'm looking to kill. It's just,
yes,
yeah,
he's vulnerable, and he's an easy character to take out because of his low health pool and his just basic defense profile. And if you take him out, it means like early on, let's say round 2, if or round 3, let's just say round 3, it means rounds 4, 5, and maybe 6 if you go that far. You just don't have a character. You've lost 6 actions for the rest of like over the course of the rest of the game. So yeah, I can see why you'd want to target him if you can.
yeah. And if Proxima can get some damage on Bullseye here, it also makes it a bit more awkward for next round. If Bullseye goes first and does the last damage to Toad, then you've got Proxima right there to try and take it back from, like just take it right back from Bullseye. So
Yes.
I kind of like what Johnny has going on that side, and it'll be interesting if Johnny tries to really spread out and play the flanks with Psylocke and Cable up the middle. Like he may just feel like he can tippy toe around the outside of this board and keep his spiders and flip the outside points and try to keep Psylocke doing as little as possible because she's quite efficient into his models.
Yeah. Okay. We're seeing Cable's getting ready to go here. He could pass if he wanted to. Usually, you'd want to so that your threat projection can last another activation on Johnny's side. So, I'd like to see Ben pass here for that reason. But let's see what he decides to do.
Yeah, I think the only challenge is that this potential impact webbing into Cable might be in play. I
You really think that? Okay, I know you said it, but I was like, it seems too risky to even try. Would Johnny take that risk? It seems wild. I don't know.
I don't know. Sometimes it's worth doing really stupid things to draw the attention. And if there's a world where Ben decides he's going to dedicate 9 threat to killing Gwen in the middle of the board while Johnny scores 4 or 5 points around on the outside, um, as much as that's a thing, you could certainly say that by the end of round 2, if Johnny loses Gwen and Ben loses bullseye, you're probably still feeling good if you're up on points as Johnny there. But
Right.
I don't know. Ben is going with Cable here, so
Okay. So he's taking. He's. I think the problem here is he's. Yeah. Okay. Johnny's caught him. All right. So good for Johnny for making sure that Ben doesn't accidentally use two measuring sticks at the same time. He's using the range 2 place ability called Body Slide by 1, which is a range 2 place, and he was trying to also at the same time use the range 5 tool to measure distance on Toad, which meant that you are using the range 2 and range 5 at the same time. Not allowed, and that got cleared up. So Cable's going into Toad, and he's going to get him. But I think that ultimately that's not. I don't. I think that now Gwen has a clear line to play here, which is grabbing the spider, or do you send Proxima? Like Proxima still
I
flipping that point, and
I think maybe you have, I don't know. I think you want Gwen on 2 power here going into next round.
then you're
Uh,
conceding a lead or like the potential for a lead because if you pick up just the extract on Proxima, you're getting 4 and Ben's already scoring 4. Right now Johnny's only scoring 3, so that's like that'd be my concern. Um, that but it looks like that's might be what Johnny's thinking here is grabbing that extract on Proxima. It does force people to go into Proxima, which is a much tougher target than Gwen, who is pretty fragile. I can understand why you want to keep the heat off of Gwen.
yeah, he's also going to be in a spot where X23 is going to be outside of 3 of anybody, so that's interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Johnny will do with Gwen, but Johnny definitely has some tricks here. I mean, X Force. One interesting play we might see is Johnny using Gwen to, if Cable attacks someone, sometimes Johnny could pull somebody out of range, but keep them just out of range 3 so that Cable gets a bad attack and can't really use the leadership to remove cover and stuff. So there's some plays like that. Johnny's debating whether he impact webbings or whether he moves and punches Cable and then gets the move off of that builder. I think both plays make some sense to put some early damage into Cable.
Yeah, Cable has having 0 power for no shield is like maybe you get a spike here and then
Yeah, because I don't, Cable's a model I never mind going into because he can clap back pretty hard with power, but he's also pretty efficient that he's going to place range 2, punch you a few times, and throw something a turn anyway.
yes.
Um, so he's definitely a model I don't care about going into. Psylocke is one that if I can keep her on 1 power, that's fantastic. um, Deadpool on 1 power is very good. So Cable seems like a good target here.
Okay. So Gwen trying to get cover, being outside of range 3, so there's no cover negation on the X-Force reroll immediately, and looking for an impact webbing onto Cable, it looks like.
Yeah, it's an interesting position too because maybe it prevents Deadpool from attacking next round to gain a power to place in and forces a bad activation there.
And she doesn't get the wild, but puts 3 damage on Cable. That's pretty significant. That's almost half his health
Wow.
right there.
Yeah, and I think it gets the push too.
No push on that one.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side. Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, getting half his health. I mean that might force Cable to activate earlier than Ben wants.
Yeah, it's I've played games where like my Cable gets 1 activation round 2 and then just like he just gets just beat up basically.
Yeah,
So Yeah, so let's see. That might, and like just like having that experience, I'm sure Ben's been in that situation before too. Like having that experience where it's like 4 health on Cable is like the one shot. You're in like one shot range here, so you have to. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, we're seeing spider rolls here. This could be a problem. Okay, Deadpool getting sent to nowhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not what Ben wants. He doesn't really have a great way of getting Deadpool back. Psylocke too.
So, yep,
Yeah.
he's gonna lose a little bit of attrition here with these characters who are gonna have to take move actions. Let's see. This could be bad for Johnny because all the webs could just be forced towards. Miles hits a perfect, not perfect roll to not move. Oh, sorry, that must have been Proxima then. So now we have Miles moving. This is the exact situation I told you. I found myself in this exact position basically.
Yeah.
He is now in range to just get hurt pretty bad. Miles has fallback, but only one power, so he
Yeah.
can't stop the attacks from happening.
I would have really liked to see Ben measure range 4 off a Ghost Spider there before he moved Miles. Um, I don't know if Miles
Yes.
is in range 4, but those are some of the things that um, it can just make the difference sometimes. Doing a quick measurement and being like aware of the whole board. But yeah, it seems like Miles is probably in some trouble here.
Okay, so are we seeing? Oh, there's the
Okay,
range 4
so
measurement, and he's
yeah,
out. So Johnny did measure it. So, uh, all right, it was close, but he was out. This is Cable going into Miles almost certainly, and he's hitting a big roll here. This is where you
yeah,
hit your leadership, and then you get your double reroll after. All right. All right. What are we seeing? Okay, so he didn't convert any of his rerolls, but he does put. All right, so and we've got rerolls on both sides, so we're gonna have to.
Oh, Johnny rerolled 2 more
Oh,
blocks.
takes one and
Goodness.
incinerate.
Wonderful. Yeah, we're not going to see fallback here.
Okay.
I would have maybe considered fallback, but
Oh, you no, he couldn't play because he had one power, right? At the
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is where he could play it to maybe avoid getting stuff thrown into him. What is he spending on? What am I seeing? He just spent 4 power.
I think he spent 3. He wants to throw that building, so remove the cover of
Oh,
everyone.
he's got it. Okay. So does Johnny play brace? Because if he plays brace, he can't fall back. I mean, you do, right? You play brace here. You've only taken 1 damage.
I think you have to. Um,
It's the
there's
only throw. It's his only throw for the whole game.
Yeah, I
And
mean, there's a size 4 in the corner there that he could be worried about, but there's a lot of size 2 other than that. So
I think Miles going down. Like he's almost certainly going down if he doesn't roll on this one. If he plays brace here, he has a chance of living. There is brace being played.
the only problem is with yeah, I don't mind that at all, but you do lose fallback now, so Cable can pick up the spider if he gets Miles here, but I think that's a fair risk. Cable doing 4 is still tricky.
Oh, dude, that was a huge roll. This is a problem for Johnny. Let's see if they convert.
Yeah,
5.
5. He's got his 2 rerolls.
All right, so he dies if he doesn't convert this one die. And it does not convert on the first roll, but he has leadership to use. And it converts on the second, putting Miles at 1 health. Wow.
This is why webs are so annoying to play. You think you've got it, and then
I
they
know,
feel like
right?
endless defensive rerolls.
I know it's interesting too because like they both have they both have rerolls and Cable's got the extras, so it's just like you feel so good at the end of your rolls and then they, okay. So
So maybe,
Cable has a place ability left, but that's the rest for his turn. So let's see if he uses it.
yeah, he's just maybe sliding. I don't. I like the idea of just sliding back out of range. Like you don't really have a good reason to leave Cable there with 6 of Johnny's activations to go. Like
Yeah. I mean, here, yeah, Cable is, well, he's leaving him. He's going to save the power for higher defense dice, probably.
yeah,
All right, all right. Any disarm options available now? Looks like no. Looks like there's
he
no
might have
real nothing good here.
he might have 5 to X-23 from Toad and Proxima, or he may
So that's
deal to get.
disarm is range 3. So
Is it range 3?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay, so Miles has to go here though. So because if not, Bullseye just Bullseye probably just tags him, moves and kills and dazes him. I would imagine.
Yeah, there's probably no reason to leave Miles there. Maybe
So
you maybe you swing towards Gwen and punch Cable once and then move back behind that group. I'm not I'm not sure. I guess there's a world maybe Toad could also move and take Miles' spider and then hop away or something. And you leave Miles in the fight and powered up for next round. I'm not sure.
yeah, I can see that. I think Toad taking Proximas is like the line that I would prefer in this situation, and then like just dipping out.
Yeah. I
But that
just
you do that later, I think. Miles should go. It looks probably. What's he gonna do? Oh, Cable's buffing his dice, so it looks like Miles just threw a is just throwing a regular 4 dice attack, saving the web swing for retreating maybe, and he gets the wild. Who's
yeah,
sending
just keep
Cable? Johnny's gonna ask himself if he wants him to clip the tombstone for another chip on Cable, or if he wants to put him closer to his webs that can maybe put damage out. He looks like he's going for the tombstone hit.
yeah, he got a bit best of both worlds. I think he's probably still within 4 of Gwen and maybe spectacular there too.
Yeah, I think he's just out on spectacular, but Miles isn't doing a move here. Let's see. Does he? The question is, will he spend 2 power for also for a web swing? Yeah, there it
Oh yeah.
goes.
Yeah, Miles is gone. I think keeping the leadership and the point on Miles is I think that's the right play. He's just, the problem when Ben has priority, he doesn't want a world where Miles dazes this round and gets KO'd next round.
Yeah.
But I think Toad could have a problem here now, which isn't the end of the world, but it does now. That would make it kind of a 5-5 game on characters and takes away some of Johnny's advantage there.
Okay, so it's a size 2 tombstone, right? Yep. Okay. So it looks like here we're looking probably at a spender into a frenzy if possible on Toad. And so let's see if Toad gets taken out here. It's one shot from X23 to get him with 6 dice and 2 rerolls. Oh, that's big on Toad. Oh, that's it. Toad. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Toad's gone.
Oh, jeez, that's a big hit. Ben is rolling a high success rate here. So that's tough for Johnny. Okay, so that at this point you have to pay for frenzy now, and as you daze the character. So let's see. I'm sure he's played X23
Yeah.
enough to know. Ben says he's been playing this exact same roster for months now, or at least for a decent amount of time, and and unchanged. So he's been playing this exact roster for many games at this point. So he knows what each character does. I would imagine at this point. All right. So here's the frenzy trigger into Proxima. Proxima is
Oh my
um,
goodness.
oh wow. I don't know how to stop this. I wouldn't know how to defend against this. That is a lot of good rolls. That's six on
Yeah,
5 dice. Okay, with a pierce. All right, so Proxima. Holy crap.
and
Oh
that's
my
that's got to
goodness.
be so frustrating for Johnny because now now Bullseye can Bullseye can finish her off here at that power level. Like, well,
Yeah.
that's not what he wanted.
Okay, and bleeding on top of that to make it even more of a problem.
Yeah, so I mean, so far the aggressive extract play with Toad and getting up there really just powered up X23 and has, you know, in some ways allowed this. I mean, his dice were very good too, but that
Yeah.
can happen when you're aggressive. I don't fault Johnny for making that play. I think I probably would have done the same thing, but X23 is just very good at punishing these teams with lots of three threat and below models. Oh, he's gonna send Proxima away to the corner too. Interesting.
Shake the bleed. Can you escape from Bullseye? Man, I don't think so. I'm very concerned that she is not going to. I can yeah, that range seems possible.
At least in maybe in Johnny's mind, Bullseye can't pick the extract up here.
Yeah. This is why pay to flips uh, are difficult to play. Be like against when your goal is to like grab extracts lead to kind of like what is it? Just collapse onto like one side because the entire other team that is chasing can still net out the same amount of VPs as you or close enough because they're still
Mm-hmm.
scoring the secures that you've rotated away from. Oh man, uh,
Oh, he did
did he
not
mess
take a
up?
good
He
angle
did
there.
mess up. This is where he's moving
Oh,
again.
there's
Oh man. All right. So this is where you oh no. Ben just made a little bit of a blunder here where totally preventable. So the play would have been to put the movement range 4 down directly from Bullseye and like you don't need line you don't he doesn't get cover. So there's like you ignore cover with Bullseye. Just walk directly towards Proxima and make sure your character is touching the range 4 tool when you finish your move and you drop your model on the ground. Using the shortcut to place your model at the end of the tool is helpful in a lot of situations, but when you're looking for exact ranges on things, it kind of can mess you up, which is what I think just happened there. So I was tough for Ben. Little bit of a lucky break for Johnny, I think. We'll see how that plays out.
yeah, that was rough. So maybe Cat staggers Cable here, or he. Oh, Cable's Cable spent. I wonder if Cat's just throwing a builder.
Yeah, it seems.
Yeah, he's throwing a builder. I mean, I don't hate that.
I think that he has to do something here, and he's throwing a look at that. He just took out Cable. She just took out Cable.
Wow.
Oh
He's
man,
gonna,
that's
yeah,
crazy. All right, and then I was just gonna
but
roll for the point here, and
yeah. And Black Cat is kind of the model you want going into Psylocke. Like she doesn't have the same Psylocke's tech that's really good on killing a lot of webs isn't that great into Black Cat. So she doesn't get the attack typing advantage and doesn't get her rerolls.
okay. So
Huh.
let's see.
Wow. Well, my feeling on where each of these players was at just changed dramatically after that bullseye and cat activation.
I know, isn't that crazy? Yeah, I think that man, if yeah, if Bullseye got Proxima there, it would have been really bad for Johnny and that cat. Yeah, that's just crazy. Oh hey GD nerd, thanks for joining the chat the game here. It's pretty. This could go either way at this point, so it's pretty exciting. All right, let's see. So Proxima, or sorry, this is Psylocke moving, taking a move action, midline point here, and she's just gonna roll a 5 dice. This is a 5 dice with a sap on it or a half sap, basically, right? New neural disruption. They lose power for each wild you roll. So just a 5 dice attack with no rerolls because it's going into Black Cat. Let's see how this goes.
Actually, is this might be the? I think this is the. Oh, I don't know. He measured 4 off Gwen.
He rolled 5 dice, so I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
this is the builder. Okay.
yeah, he's not blowing up crits. Yeah, I think
Wow.
that's.
She hold on. Why did she take 3 damage there? I'm so confused. She took 2. Okay, never mind. She had previously. Oh, she got a skull on the meteor roll. That's what happened. Okay,
Hmm.
and now Psylocke just rolled over her
Oh wow, yeah,
with
okay.
successes. So now yeah. So now Ben has it back. So now it's back to a 4-4 game.
Man, I'd love to see if MCP had those like live betting win percentage odds charts. I feel like this one would be all over the map.
that would be pretty fun. But of course, you'd have to have like basically like game masters who like know
Yeah.
what the and
So
yeah.
is Gwen? Do you try to flip and then? Oh no, just gonna pull Psylocke, flip, and then do you punch Psylocke and get the move away?
Yeah, I think so. That all sounds good. Keeping
Yeah,
her out of
gosh.
danger here. If you get any sort of good damage, then okay. So there's the roll. So she gets it. Now, if you get any damage on here, this is good for you because I think it's good for you because then Gwen has the power to like do the same thing she did this round. Like where she can disrupt, like reposition somebody, and then retreat back again. So let's see if she goes with it. We've just got Deadpool left on Ben's side, and he can't like flip both the points. So yeah, this means that Johnny might. Looks like Johnny is going to go up here on points. Let's see how it
Yeah,
goes.
I think Johnny probably gets 5 here, and then is feeling a lot better about this game than maybe he was.
All right, so no damage, but so he threw an impact webbing instead of the spider technique. Ooh, that was pretty close. I
Oh,
think.
interesting.
All
I mean,
right.
maybe he is at the point of the game where you feel like Gwen is a bit of a diversion. Like if Ben is going after Gwen and trying to kill her without an extract, um, at this point in the game, maybe Johnny's just fine with that, with how fast the scoring is going to be.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Deadpool is doing a bang attack into Spectacular, and he rolls. He knows karate and he's got X Force. Looks like he's doing both. I think so. And so that's going to not get him a rapid fire, which means that he doesn't have enough power to get onto the point and flip it with the legendary leg day. So that's pretty significant for Johnny. There's no threat there. You can get onto it, but you're not going to do anything about it. What do you do here? The problem is if you don't do anything, you still might get thrown by Spectacular anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
I have no idea what
so
I'd do.
you just like, I think you just have to just get. I don't know. Get on the point anyway. I think is like the call I would make. Um,
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if that attack. Well,
maybe not. Maybe the range 3. Being at a range 3 here is might be make the most sense. Yeah, I can see why Ben chose not to do anything. He's outside of range 3 of Spectacular, so Spectacular can't do his 5 dice attack. He's gonna do. It looks like Johnny's setting up a 4 dice attack to push Deadpool off the point anyway.
yeah, I think that play makes total sense. Johnny's going to be able to keep. At some point when a team
Oh,
has a
there's
lot of threats, you just have to pick and choose. You know, like if it's just Cable's not going to go kill 6 webs. So yeah, Ben Ben's gonna have some choices to make. Looks like Johnny got his push.
Okay. And that was his first action. He doesn't need to stand on the point, so that's a benefit to him. Let's see if he like goes for a second push on a range 4. Looks like he's just he's gonna do his second action on something else. He might even just all right, so he's positioning Spectacular maybe outside of range 4 for Deadpool so that he can't hit him back. Oh, he's going just inside 4. I think the reasoning makes sense here. You're going to Deadpool is almost certainly not going to active. Oh, that was
Oh no,
my bad.
yeah,
My bad.
he swung and he's gonna do it again.
Yes, yes. So he did a web swing to get into that point to hopefully get another wild, and he's rolling. He got it. Wow, big roll for Johnny. He gets the push again, and this and Deadpool takes 2, living on 1. So I think like in hindsight here, the like repositioning onto the point or like maybe making Johnny do a 5 dice attack and not have the impact webbing push, or getting a body block on the terrain would have been like better than the situation Deadpool's in now. It's hard to say
Yeah,
because if he was in the fray, Deadpool, he might just get dazed anyway. You know what I mean? Like he's at 1 health left. So
yeah. This is really tricky because right now, I think Ben. Like if I was Ben, I wouldn't want to go with Cable here because Cable. I think in a perfect world you send someone to go clean up Proxima there, but the problem is if you don't go with Cable, Cable could very easily get disarmed here. He could get staggered here. Like there's just a lot of really frustrating things that Johnny can do on this turn to X Force.
yeah, I think that Bullseye alone is like has got like a really good board control right now with
Yeah,
Proxima and Miles, who also probably can't even flip points either. Like they're just stuck back there because they could easily die. So I think that if Cable goes and like gets both of them, then in the middle here, then that is I don't know, it might be a problem.
yeah. I mean, if I'm Cable, you probably chuck chuck some terrain and hope you get Black Cat, and then I mean, maybe at this point you have to ignore Gwen and go after Spectacular and try to get that extract off him. I don't know. He's got
Yeah.
Johnny's still got fallback up, so that's a bit awkward too.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that you have to concede the point that Spectacular's on. Deadpool, the problem I see is like that no one's gonna be able to pick up the extract for Ben if Deadpool goes down here. Or
yeah,
what are we seeing here? We're seeing X23 go with a move action into Proxima. So Spender with X23 into Proxima. Proxima's outside of 2, so Proxima can't buff her dice. She so basically has no defensive tech because her damage reduction is to a minimum of 1, and that
I
gets
just
her.
yeah, I don't know. I don't mind this, but I really think Bullseye was the play there. I mean, unless you're gonna maybe you drop the extract for someone else to grab an X23. Can she swing over and see if she can punch Gwen in the head a few times?
Yeah, so I think the line he's seeing here is now he drops the spider. He's gonna be super. Oh man, like he's gonna be aggressive with this, or he's gonna pick up the extract and do nothing else with X23. But
Yeah,
um, like yeah, either you grab the extract spider and you do nothing else with X23 this round, or you use your frenzy and your medium move trigger off of the attack to throw an attack into Black Cat or Ghost Spider. But she is opting to pick up the extract. So yeah, basically if you're doing this, why didn't you just guarantee it with Bullseye? Is like
Yeah, because I think Bullseye could have moved within medium to be able to shoot, do the guaranteed damage, and pick it up. Yeah, I think this is.
Okay,
There's
so
there's a lot of things we could see here. I mean, Cat could play all webbed up, and you could send Mile or Spectacular into Cable and try to kill him. You
what
could
what
just
what about just
disarm
like going
Cable.
with Black Cat and do 2 6 dice pierce attacks into Cable? I like, or like even just like, as you could stagger them. You could stagger
Yeah.
them, and then you could throw a 6 dice attack. You could just go, like I'm saying, like you could just go with Black. I don't know.
The line I like here is to disarm Cable and have Spectacular take out
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so what are we seeing? We're seeing 4 dice into a triple block, so no damage. It's Spectacular who gained a power. So he was going for Deadpool. He might do the disarm. He just hasn't done it yet. So he's going for it again. It looks like
Yeah, I don't
he's
I
gonna
don't
have
hate this
to.
play.
Oh, he rolls nothing on it. So Deadpool's gonna live. So man, that's all right. Will he play dead? Will he play disarm, or is he gonna pass the turn? There's the 1 power spent on 2 power spent on Spectacular. He's gonna do a web swing outside of Deadpool's range.
Yeah, I
Probably gets out of 3 of Cable as well.
yeah I would play the disarm here.
Yes, definitely. I 100% agree.
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of better chances. Yeah, I mean, Cable with all the rerolls in the world when he's only rolling 3 dice is
I mean, I've
not.
seen good things happen in that case,
Yeah,
but yes, it's you're asking for a lot.
yeah. I really like that line that Johnny took, but Johnny also I don't think he played
He didn't.
disarm here.
He did not play disarm. It's on Johnny's clock.
Yeah, so Black Cat I think just took the train to the face there, and now Cable is deciding if he goes after Spectacular or Gwen.
Okay,
Okay,
he just did a body slide by 1.
yeah, he's hoping for both here. Um, Maybe he's anticipating a fallback, and so he's going to do one into Spectacular and one into Gwen, and just try to spray some damage or something.
Okay, well, he didn't. He did 3. He's doing 3 rerolls here, so he's using the leadership. Spectacular block nothing currently, and the 3. Where are we seeing them? They're not seeing them show up yet. They don't convert, so he's only doing 2 to Spectacular before the defensive rerolls. Okay. Yeah, this is. He's still got another action, so. And oh, there you go. Spectacular blocks it all. It looks like he takes nothing. And is he gonna play fall back? He doesn't. So he's gonna take. Spectacular's gonna take another one. I guess like why would you if you've taken 0 damage that time? He used the leadership
Yeah.
there, so the skull is locked. And now we're seeing 3 into nothing. Let's see if that. What the Web Warriors do about that.
Yeah, he's getting all his rerolls,
Takes
taking 2.
2. Incinerate.
Yeah, I think if you take 2 or 3 damage, you play fallback. I think he probably feels fine there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I wonder here if you
What was
have
this? What is? Oh,
Gwen.
the meteor. Okay, and he gets
Yeah.
it, but he takes the damage. Okay.
I mean, you could see something like Gwen punching Cable twice here and getting to where she could pull Spectacular out of range of a Deadpool attack.
You could. I mean, you
Uh,
could if you really want to take Cable out. You could have Spectacular play all webbed up, and then you're rolling 6 into 9.
yeah. Okay, Miles just spent. Okay, so is Miles gonna swing, kick Cable, and then move back?
Seems. Seems realistic. Seems like
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable play, I think. I just always wonder if you need to do something like that. I like looking at sometimes at the models that I feel might be in danger, give my opponents good activations, and I think if you get Gwen out of there, that gives Ben really nothing to do
right.
with Psylocke and Bullseye.
I see what you're
Um,
saying.
like now, I think the problem is you've maybe given Psylocke and Bullseye a decent activation here, doing some damage into Gwen, but um, he's also got to flip points and stuff too. So
Yeah, I see. I see. What you're saying like Psylocke can do her combat techniques that get her that short advance. Then she could hit a range 4 attack, which could get a hit on it to get the advance. And basically, what you're doing there is you're basically challenging Gwen to say, all right, if you play fallback here, you are now off the point, and I can just roll over it, or like I can put two characters on it, or sorry, I guess I could put a healthy Psylocke on it, and um, so all right, let's see what Miles does. Miles is going again. I think. Yeah. He just rolled 5 into Cable, blocks 2, so Cable takes 3 more. So he took 4 off of those 2 attacks.
yeah, I
Ooh.
mean, Johnny might have identified here that he can't sit back with Ben scoring 3 spiders and 2 flips probably this round, and is just saying he has to take out Cable.
So now he's going with Deadpool. Ben's going with Deadpool here. I think like a main reason I'm seeing is because if he gets healing factor too, so you're gonna put him in a spot where Deadpool will have exceptional online probably, as well as um, more than like enough health so that he can survive a hit from Gwen or something like that. Nothing, no Plink will be able to get him. But
Yeah, he
okay,
might.
ooh, he looks like he might opt to not do that. We're seeing currently the score right now is showing 5 points for Ben, and we're seeing 3 points for Johnny. So and Ben has last activation, so this is going to be a tie game if the points don't switch in any position. So let's see how that what happens after that. Cable 2 health left. Probably going down. So we're seeing the combat enhanced techniques from Psylocke with a 4 dice attack, and of course, she doesn't get anything good here. The skull is going to be from the leadership, and then she's going to. There's the hit. She got that advanced trigger she wanted. All right, we're gonna see
Yeah, I
Gwen
mean
do a
webs
reroll.
are gonna kill Cable with Prio, and then
No damage because the leadership reroll prevented the damage. Now the question I would have is that would Johnny fall back? Oh, but he's lost. The trigger is now gone to fall back because the advance. Is it? No, no, my bad. The advance on the attack is before damage is dealt. Yes, the pursuit is before damage. So therefore, as soon as that is resolved, Johnny can then fall back, which is what he's doing. I think it looks like he's doing it. He's going to try to do it in a spot that she's still on the point, but outside of 2 to not get hit by the builder that is now 7 dice.
yeah, that's a smart play. That builder gets pretty scary. Psylocke's got 3 rerolls online here too. Like I think there's a world where that would just take out Gwen.
Okay, so now he's doing another one. He's risking it for the hit roll, I guess, to get her Psylocke on the point. And ooh, wow, okay, they
That's
both
a good
rolled well.
shot. Yeah.
All right. Oh, she can pay for a reroll if she wants to here with her once per turn ability,
Yeah,
psychic
she'll pay for the
precognition or
one.
something, telepathic precognition, and gets it. So Gwen takes 3 damage. All right, and she's She's played fallback now. Do you think she has range 4 on Bullseye? Do you think Bullseye has range 4 on Gwen? Could get
I'm
her.
not sure. It
Fallback
looks,
is gone now, so.
yeah, it looks pretty close. I mean, this probably, it's forced Johnny to have to go with Gwen now.
Yes.
Um, yeah, yeah, he's got the range
Oh,
4, so I
man.
think Johnny.
Move all webbed
What
up.
do you do?
I'm saying a move all webbed up Cable, attack Cable, and then move away. Like,
I don't know. I think webs are gonna have prio here,
ooh.
so I think you save the all webbed up for next turn.
You have sacrifice online now too. That Psylocke is where with Cable, so yeah. Oh, webs have priority. Yeah, I see you're saying the prio for with all webbed up. It would be good.
I think,
Okay.
yeah, I think there's maybe even a world here where you don't care if Gwen dies.
Okay, so Cable just took one more damage, and now, yeah, Gwen's still healthy though. Like, so if you do take her out, like she still has another whole turn you have to deal with her.
Yeah, and I think if Cable gets taken out here, you're living in a world where,
Oh, he's
yeah,
he's
like what?
getting sacrifice out of the way. He's preventing sacrifice.
Yeah, so if he punches Cable, Bullseye kills Gwen. There's going to be an all webbed up turn with Prio where maybe Psylocke just dies, and then you know
Ooh, boom.
then
There
Ben
it
doesn't
is.
have a lot of threats.
Okay, Cable is gone. Big, big KO for Johnny's side.
Yeah, I think Johnny's done a good job here identifying that he doesn't have to be afraid of losing Gwen, and that taking out Cable and then having Prio into probably Psylocke is, I think, the right play.
Okay.
Yes, is good. He's gonna set up.
All right, he's rolling on this. All right, so he's gonna force Bullseye to roll on the point after. He gets it, but he takes the damage. Ooh, Bullseye now has a hit and run available, but if he doesn't do the damage, can he get to the other point with a medium move? I would imagine.
It looks like it.
I don't know, it looks like he's probably is what I would what it
Yeah,
looks
I think
like.
you just shoot Gwen with the hit and run, and you've got to get Bullseye in there. At this point, I think Ben has to just keep putting on the points pressure, but this is also a spot where Ben's got 43 minutes on the clock. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with taking a good 3-minute think here.
This is a problem. It's Johnny's clock actually. So Johnny has forgotten to move his turn clock over multiple times.
Oh yeah.
So all right,
So he dazed Gwen, gets the hit and run.
and now is paying for a single reroll. Miles. Oh, can you get
Oh,
Miles?
he's got
Do you
Miles.
have? So you have a mark for death line here.
Wow.
Hold on. What's he? Oh, he's rolling now. Oh, you don't now. Oh no, you don't now because Bullseye's out of power. Oh
Yeah,
man.
he missed the
Okay.
mark
Wow.
there.
All right. All right. So he doesn't have it now. Okay. But yeah. So I don't know what to say about that. He maybe could have got him there, and and yeah, Johnny wouldn't have had anywhere to pick it up. So now he's got. That was his hit and run. Now he's going to use his second action to go back to the point here. Okay. All right, so now he still has Deadpool left to go, and then the round is over. Looks like he's going to try for. What's he? Is he going? He's going to try
I
to get
think uh,
spectacular here.
I think leg day gets him on that point.
I think so. It's close, but he rolls well, and he gets. He now has his trigger 4 successes against spectacular rolling nothing. Does he get a
Yeah, I'm
reroll here?
surprised. I'm surprised he didn't leg day first and maybe throw.
The stab.
Throw the builder into him.
The double wild is like a significant deterrent. He gets some. Spectacular goes down and drops the spider. So that's going to put it at a
Yeah.
6-1 difference. So Ben's going to be up on points here by 3 VPs.
Yeah, so I think
If you can flip this, which it looks like you can. So
yeah, it's awfully close.
there it
You can
goes.
stick out a yeah, you can stick out a medium stick and get a fairly close idea of the 5 and change inches. Oh, he's not even gonna
Oh,
try for it.
how did he? Oh, he can't do that.
Yeah, now he's realizing. Yeah,
Oh, he
oof.
just goofed up. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was that
that was
was
a huge mistake.
that was a big mistake. Yeah, that's you need to be he needs to be more careful. Basically, there's a couple of plays there that like the bullseye thing. Oh man, that's tough because like just making the right decisions. How did he heal 3 there?
I think there was some lag, but they may not have caught it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just let him know in the chat. Oh, this is the hard part playing against Webs is like Webs is the kind of team that you really have to go beat them. Like it kind of feels like they have a bunch of characters that do the same thing and you've got to go make it happen. And if you're not playing almost perfectly into a player like Johnny, yeah, it's tough. I mean, he's not in a bad position here, but the result of this will be interesting because maybe there's a world where I'm making this up. Maybe you all webbed up Psylocke, do something with Gwen, and get Gwen over to disarm X-23, or like I don't know what the play is. I'd have to think about it, but there's something. I think taking out Psylocke here is the play.
All right. Okay, so he's rolling spiders here. Johnny has the priority, so he has to roll his spiders first. He only has Miles, and he gets a hit. He gets a hit, which moved him back. It looks like is what Ben did with that. Now Ben's rolling for his 3 spiders.
Yeah, I don't like that move away. I think you move Miles closer to bullseye.
Yeah, that would seem reasonable. Okay, so yeah, Miles is like yeah. Miles forcing Miles to go seems good.
The problem with putting Miles there is you keep Miles safe, but I think Miles can still web swing in and um, punch what's her name
Yeah.
Psylocke if he wants to. So it only accomplishes something for Johnny.
Yes. Okay. Oh, hold on.
Okay, but he's
Hold on.
gonna
11,
send.
12. Oh, yeah, yeah. He missed the flip, so he didn't go 13, 10. Oh, that's yeah. Okay, that's a very significant point difference coming into this round here.
Yeah, I mean Johnny has a lot of work to do, but this is that Web Warriors all webbed up turn. Um, I like the idea of pushing Deadpool close, and then you webbed up, and then you either kill Psylocke or Deadpool, and then you um, disarm the other. I
Yeah.
mean, at this point, X-23 killing Proxima, I don't think matters to Johnny. What's Johnny's win condition here? He has to pick up probably the the middle 2 points and 3 spiders here.
There's 8 points on the board, so it means that if Johnny goes 4-4 here, he loses. If he goes 5-3, he wins.
So his
So
5 points are going to come from Miles Spider, Spectacular, Spectacular getting a spider, and then someone killing Psylocke and taking a spider here.
Yeah, because X23 is just gonna live with exceptional. So you need to take you need to get 3 spiders and 2 secures here this round to win the game.
Yeah, so I think you got to kill. Well, I think Johnny's in a good spot because he's going to be able to take either Psylocke or Deadpool's here, I think. And he might even be able to steal another one with Cat.
Yeah,
So I think he can either score 4 spiders or score 3 and get 2 points.
yeah. Having a last activation cat, be able to just walk, skip, like grappling hook, and then steal from like an already activated X23 or something is it would just like lock it in pretty much.
Yeah, I think here, Johnny's moving Psylocke to be out of sacrifice range on Bullseye, but also as far from Miles as possible. I think that's what this direction means.
Yeah, that seems.
I mean, totally, totally sensible.
Yes. Yeah.
Would you go after Psylocke or Deadpool here?
I would be worried about it. Exceptional healing. Like that's why it's tough because he only has 3 health. He's super vulnerable. I think that I've I don't know. Psylocke, even if she's disarmed, can still put out a 5 dice attack into a um like with the enhancements
Yeah, whereas
and
Deadpool's
with
rolling like
rerolls. Yeah,
yeah.
I would. So I would go after. I would say go after Psylocke because of those 2 reasons. But the math could tell me I'm wrong. So I would not be surprised if Deadpool is the right answer. Because, like, if you do 2 damage to Deadpool, he has to play exceptional. And then if you do, and then all you have to do is do 2 more damage to Deadpool again, and he's then gone. He's yeah. So
Yeah. I think like your thinking is probably right where if you how do you say it? If you go after Deadpool, I think if you go after Psylocke and disarm Deadpool, you're in a pretty good spot.
but you have to get
Cause
her. The problem is you have to get her. We're
I
not
know.
seeing. We're seeing a spender on dead and onto her instead of anything else. Okay, so Blackhead is spendering, so she's not setting up the steal, but she does get the elusive on the wild with the wild trigger. So she's probably just
Yeah,
disarming both of them,
I mean a
and
disarm
then
and a
picking a
stagger.
spider, and
Yeah.
then hopping to pick up the spider. Now she's got the elusive, so going. I would not be surprised to see her go right towards that spider, and then do it again to Deadpool. Oh, she's
Or is
gonna.
she
Oh,
or he's gonna steal off of
okay.
Deadpool.
All right. No rerolls into her, so she's gonna then dead then okay, and then disarm Deadpool. There it goes. Okay.
Huh.
So that all makes sense. That seems very strong there. You basically got everything you wanted without having to worry about dazing Psylocke.
Yeah.
Or you're getting close enough. The yeah, because Deadpool just doesn't have the dice to do anything significant now. Okay.
The only challenge here is like Deadpool still might have the dice to try to pick off a Miles here or something. But yeah, I like that play from Johnny. I think that gives him a guarantee and he's gonna be able to hop Cat away. I guess he's probably in a spot where Psylocke only gets kind of one bad attack into Cat and yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so basically if I'm Ben, I'm like, how do I get 4 points? Gwen I don't know, maybe Gwen getting Gwen here. It's just like
Yeah, like
because that gets you last activation, and she's the only one on that side of the board that can grab the spider. If you get Gwen, then you can't. Then you do have Deadpool available to pick up that spider anytime you want. So, um, assuming he,
yeah.
so that's what I mean. Is there any way you can kill Gwen in one shot? It looks like he's going with Deadpool with a move action to pick up the spider. I don't understand why he didn't move also onto the point. That's weird to me, but he's going to. Okay, so
Um,
he's going his goal here now that so now that the steal is gone from. Oh, hold on. How did he? Oh, he leg dayed to grab the spider. So Ben is basically saying like I'm going to I'm gonna get 4 points and I'm gonna win the game. I would have liked to see Deadpool um, put himself onto the secure that Bullseye is on, especially because you can't pull him off with Ghost Spider's impact or not her impact webbing, her web line. But now he's just kind of like. But I guess you probably didn't. Maybe you didn't have the range there. So
yeah, chat was suggesting that you could also look at
marking Gwen.
murking
That would have been
Gwen and
nice too.
yeah.
Okay. So now Johnny's to go.
Yeah, it's not this is definitely not clear. Yeah, I think John or Ben feeling like Psylocke can survive whatever happens next. I think that's reasonable. Um,
Psylocke
yeah, I mean, if
or Proxima can't really go early because like she has no impact on the secures at all. She can flip it, but then she can't defend the flip. So I don't know if like Psylocke is the right play here. Or sorry, I'm saying Psylocke. I meant to say Proxima. But looks like
well, I don't hate the idea because I think again like X23 now will not be able to contribute to the game at all here. So maybe the logic is by going with Proxima, you still keep the three activations that are in the zone of where you need to score your points for Johnny.
I'm surprised. So Johnny went with Proxima did a 5 dice attack. I'm surprised he didn't just do the like the range 4 6 dice spender that puts a bunch of conditions out. Like
Yeah, he's got the Pierce though into Bullseye here. I think maybe the math is better on it.
she rolls and does not get it. So um, okay, so yeah, X23 has the ability to spender. Um, she's holding a piece, right? So I'd just put X23, spender X23 twice, and get her on the point with Bullseye. Like if your goal here is to win, is to hold 3 extracts and 1 secure, just put as many bodies as possible onto this piece, and then you put Psylocke on there too. You put all 3 of them. You put all 3 of them on that secure, and then you
Yeah.
just don't have enough power. I think like what am I, unless like I guess spectacular and put I don't know. All right, we're seeing Psylocke go right now. She's doing enhanced technique. All right, so he's getting a little bit greedy, but if he can flip this point and defend it with Psylocke here, that's really good. So
Yeah, there was a suggestion to just have Psylocke run away here.
yeah, I liked
But
that, but
the only problem is I don't know if you can give up those two flips and let Gwen go last and pull someone off a
Ben
point.
just rolled a kill shot on Gwen. Gwen has to defend. Oh, he's paying 3 power to get 3 more rerolls on top of that. Or sorry, spent he spent 2 power,
Always, yeah, because
and
he
they
wants to
don't
save one for the
convert.
flip.
Yeah, they don't convert. Now Gwen gets a. Does she live? She does live on 1. Oh man, that's big. But
Goodness.
yeah, she does lose a power from the wild. But wow, that's crazy. That could have been a disaster. Um, but now Gwen, this is a problem for Ben now because you just powered up Gwen to displace Psylocke off the point, and like she. So let's see here what happens. Hold on. Like this is crazy. That your logic didn't make sense about what you said. You already knew you were doing guaranteed damage, so you didn't need to hold any power. He should have just spent all 3 power.
Oh yeah,
Nobility mentioning he should have marked her. Yeah, right. He should have marked her. The game is basically over if you kill Gwen, I think. Or like it's like heavily. It's very strong in in your favor. All Gwen
yeah.
Gwen
No,
can flip. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, no, you're right. Like, I think, yeah, this is where you got to use, yeah, you got to use all the tools that you have at this point.
Oh, Heisman saying he's saying that all webbed up's gonna smoke Psylocke. Well, you have all yeah, Gwen Gwen getting you can spider technique into or you can do your spender into builder here and just roll 8 plus 9 into Psylocke. Um, that's pretty painful. You have to go with her though because Bullseye is just eyeing her up.
Yeah,
Yep, exactly. Nobility. That's crazy. It's crazy how many times in this game that like if you played Mark for Death, the dice would have went his way in that situation. But of course,
yeah,
you play it before you know that, so it's just like it's the fact that he's held the card for this long, and the game is this is the last round of the game with the last 2 activations. I mean, isn't that that's kind of crazy, right? Um,
yeah,
she was staggered there, yeah. So she only got 1 attack, and she almost did it. Um,
yeah. I mean, I think too. There's nothing wrong. Like, the nice thing about Marked for Death there would have been slowing Gwen as well, which maybe reduces. If she lives on one, maybe she can only move away with an extract short, and then Bullseye can still get to her or something.
it's
Yeah,
Nobility says the exact thing.
you can't
Can't pay
pay
for
for
Mark.
Mark for Death.
Bull's like, oh, hold on, who can't pay for Mark
Oh,
for Death?
Bullseye doesn't have a power.
Oh
Oh, what
yeah,
an idiot.
okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I see.
yeah,
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 he's probably not. Yeah, good call. Okay, good call for that. Um, all right, so the lesson learned was that Deadpool is still in the wrong position. I think then basically, what's going on here?
Deaton's making fun of us now. I only know how to beat them with Hellfire, not with efficient teams.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she's going right in the middle of everyone then.
Okay. Yeah, this is happening. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, she's about to get all webbed up. What's that thing that Johnny likes to say?
Uh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on
We
television
can say
here.
it. We can say it. It's he likes to. This is where the web warriors get to squirt their juice.
Yeah, Gwen's gonna squirt her juice all over Psylocke. Is
Okay, all
probably
right.
the words that just came out of Johnny's mouth.
Oh gosh. All right. So did he pay for it yet? He's about to. There it goes. He's
Did he spend three off Gwen?
no, but he's like touching the card with his hand, so I know that it's coming. It's gonna happen. All right. So yeah, there it is. Who pays? Spectacular paying looks like. And that's
Yeah,
probably why the web line was done before paying for it anyway. So that oh yeah, hold on,
yeah,
you didn't have he didn't have the power on Gwen to oh yeah he had 4 power didn't he? So
yeah. But I think he wants Gwen to have some power here
okay,
for spenders and such.
oh
Spectacular's
that's what it
already.
was yeah. Gwen is going
Oh no, he did spend it off Gwen. Maybe.
yeah he no he spent 5 total, 2 for the web line, 3 for the spender. That's where the
Yeah,
power went. Okay, and he just annihilates Ilock. So there we go. All of a sudden, um, there we go. That's Johnny is looking like he's almost certainly going to score 3 spiders now, and all he has to do is score the middle with the last activation on with Spectacular, who has a throw. So I think like the line here is showing that it's inevitable for Johnny if he plays it properly. Okay,
The only
maybe
the only challenge here though is, does I mean, if Bullseye just kills Gwen.
Can he get the spider in 2 actions?
Okay, both. Oh, but Spectacular doesn't have the spider. Oh, I see what he did. So he's gonna pick it up with Spectacular, not with Gwen,
He's rolling on
because
Gwen right
it's.
now. Oh, and he doesn't die. Okay. Did Gwen do 2 attacks there? I thought she only did one.
I think she did one to put Psylocke
But
on
why did he
5, and
roll
then
on
the
the point
second.
before taking his second action?
No, I think he. I think it
Oh,
just
he
took him
did.
two
Oh,
attacks to get
I
Psylocke.
see. He
Yeah.
did do 2 actions. Yeah, okay, makes sense. All right, so Psylocke goes down, and Gwen flips the point and stays alive. Not that it matters for defending the point at all, but um, yeah. So X23 can get there with double spenders into Proxima.
Yeah. So I think. Uh,
I don't like the way he's going though. That's not going to help anything. Um,
yeah, I don't know. He needs X23 to like double spender Proxima to get the kill on her, and then yeah, he doesn't have enough power for that. So
I think you're just double spendering and flipping the point, and you're in this at this point in the game. You're hoping. Um, Bullseye's in a terrible position now. He can't. I don't think. Can he single move and get onto the middle?
I don't know. And double spender, I don't even think gets X23 to the middle point. I think it might just be lost now,
Or well, he's going for it.
unless like Bullseye has to spike like crazy into Black Hat or something.
So wait, hold on. Who's he going with? He's going with X23. Maybe the play was to go with Bullseye into Proxima twice to soften her up, and then maybe kill Proxima with the spender, like giving yourself a chance to do that with a single
Yeah,
spender. But
I
now,
don't think that does anything. I think the winning play here is I think the winning play here is Bullseye has to move to the middle and flip it and not have it get flipped back.
yes,
And that means Johnny has to.
he has to put Spectacular on the midline, and
Yeah,
then
yes.
and that's it. You have to leave Miles for last activation, or you could body block with
No,
Spectacular.
you have to do it the other way around, I think.
Oh, Spectacular's injured. Okay. So the thing is you can't you're stuck. You have to just body block the point with Spectacular cuz Bullseye has 0 power. So
No, but Miles can go because X23 is going to be activated, so Miles can run to the corner, and then Bullseye has to go, and then Johnny gets a spectacular activation.
right, so it comes down to so basically the game comes down to if Johnny can roll an uncontested middle cuz I would imagine he's going to throw Bullseye off the point and then roll it.
Yeah, all he has to do is pick up and move on to the middle and throw.
They both have to roll uncontested flips to keep the game alive at this point.
Yeah, I think that I think that's the only out
Oh, hold on.
here.
Bullseye also has to get there. Like, can he get there? Are we sure? He must have. He must be able to because he moved
He
back.
moved. Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well,
he just has to move and shoot Gwen. But yeah, so Johnny just called it a day with Miles. So
interesting.
Bullseye goes here, shoots Gwen, and flips it
Yep.
because he's got to get a power.
Yes, that's right. And Bullseye is. Oh, hold on. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So Bullseye is going to be displaced by.
I mean, actually, do you have to shoot Black Hat here just to try and?
Well, it didn't matter. You couldn't. You can't kill her because you only have 4 dice. So.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's
all right.
fair.
Here's the uncontested roll. And oh, game over! Oh, there it
Doesn't even
goes.
get it.
All right. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's it. Yeah, that's game.
Yeah, wow. So Johnny scores 5
He's.
here,
Let's
and
see if he goes for the. I mean, there's nothing else to do, right? You could. I guess you could move. He's gonna go for all three. He's gonna play to get
yeah,
as many
because he
VPs as
can he
possible.
can throw it. He can hop and then go and throw X23 and then flip that point too.
Yeah, so he's gonna go for more VPs just to close out the game. All right, but
Yeah,
there we go. that's it. So Johnny has beaten Ben in this, and he's going to the top 16 here. He had to run side. Yeah, Heisman, you're right. I think he probably did now that the game we've seen what happens when he doesn't. He gets it. He scores his
Yeah,
VPs.
I don't know what would have happened if he could have taken out Gwen there. I haven't thought through that whole line, but that was a good game.
Okay, let's jump into their chat. Hey
Hi
guys.
guys.
Hey. All
Hey.
right, all right. So Ben, first of all, congratulations to both you guys for making it into the top 32. It doesn't
Thanks.
obviously it's approximately 12% of the players even get this far, and you have to go win an event or X and one in another, and so please be proud of the fact that you made it here. And anyway, Ben, you won priority and you got your secures. And what did
hmm
you think of the crisis combination? And how were you feeling in the early part of the game, like by the end of round one when Toad had already dazed? Like, what were your
Yeah.
thoughts going into the
My
game
my
there?
dice early were absolutely nuts. Very good dice round one. Winning priority. I remembered the last game you streamed for me. I didn't go get the middle extract for some reason. Almost cost me the game. So I'm gonna go get the middle extract this time. Especially since I didn't think he could punch me back at least that hard at least round one to take out Psylocke. Feeling very good coming out of round one, just keeping parity with webs, not letting webs go up on me. And then like round two, my dice just exploded.
Yeah, that
um,
that was
so
pretty good. What did you think about Johnny's play against you in round one, where he went with Toad and grabbed the spider? Did you see that coming? Were you thinking about
so
the issues?
I I was thinking about the gotcha. I thought I was kind of thinking so my first thought is medium base, medium move, right? Like I didn't see any of those. I didn't see amazing. I knew Black Cat, but I didn't even think about Toad. But I also knew there was a certain amount of risk associated with just running into X Force's backline.
Yeah,
Um, so like if Toad had, you know, didn't plan on almost one shotting him. But I knew Cable could probably get a slide in to at least be able to tap him a little bit, or X23 would get a free shot in, and then Cable could at least get in range of him to kind of tap him for a little bit. So I know it is a. I was hoping that I could at least counter. I was a little bit worried about, but I was hoping I could at least counterplay it a little bit with the amount of punchback X Force has.
yeah. The okay, so one question here is that you still have Marked for Death unflipped in your team, and there were like multiple instances where, of course, in hindsight, it was like, oh, that would have been a perfect Mark for Death. Were there any
Yeah.
spots in particular that you were thinking about playing it, or like what were your thoughts on
Uh,
that card?
I think before Deadpool got disarmed last round, I was like, I noticed that like Deadpool fighting on the flank with Spectacular was going to kind of be my target for it, but everyone else was out of range. There wasn't two people within range five of Spectacular. It was just Deadpool.
Right, right.
So I think I got kind of tunnel vision on that of like, okay, I should probably mark for deck Spectacular. And then the times I looked at the card, I didn't have two people within range five. I could have just ended up marked for deathing, like Gwen or something just to take her one reroll away instead of looking for that high value mark for death on like Miles or Spectacular. I should have just hit Gwen with it or something instead of not using the card at all.
Yeah. The okay. Curtis, do you have any questions for Ben?
Ben, I'm curious. At the beginning of the game, just in turn zero, on the decision to take brace for impact over something like no matter the cost. What was the thought there on taking brace, and like what were you worried about on Johnny's side?
What was it? I mean, the possibility of Hulk. The other thing that tends to happen with I didn't really think about where X23 would be going, but X23 being a size 3 throwable always comes back to bite me.
Yeah,
So sometimes I take brace just for knowing that Mile can webline kick, or Spectacular Peter can do his size 3 throw. X23 getting bounced into cable happens a fair bit sometimes with how these games go, and it just obliterates cable half the time. So even with the limited amount of throws, Brace, he also had Hulk. I didn't think he'd bring Hulk, but just in case. But like just with the limited amount of throws X Force has, it still hurts pretty bad when X23 gets cheated into someone.
Yeah, very, very good point. And the other question we had was when you, it seemed like it was too bad that you missed that measurement on Bullseye going into Proxima. Was there a line of sight issue there?
Oh, I don't, I'm not sure.
Line of sight was fine. He was just like out of
I think so.
range.
I think it was fine.
Yeah, line of
Yeah,
sight
I
was
was just a
good.
little bit.
I wasn't.
I think I went a little bit too early with him and was like, okay, I'll just move, see if I'm in range, move back. I think I probably could have got more value out of him if I'd activated him later. But no, I'm pretty sure line of sight was fine.
Okay. All right. So then, Johnny, congratulations. You have won and advanced the top 16.
I've done it. Hooray.
What were your thoughts on the crisis draw, and were you happy about it, or like what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I was pretty happy with this. Like for Ben, his scariest thing was intrusions, and like we didn't hit that. So it was like anything else is great. I figured I'd probably take his secures just because if he wins priority, he takes secures just because I don't know if he has as much game as I do onto mine, just because like they're D's and stuff, and X Forces like can be mobile, but a lot of they're most efficient when they're like just kind of chilling in one spot and just blasting. So and like forcing him to like move and stuff, he probably didn't want any part of that game.
What were your what were your thoughts on having to basically pull back half your team on round two? What were your thoughts? How were you feeling at that time?
Well, sometimes you have to do that when the X Force player gets like 5+ hits on every attack. Yeah, we were cracking up about that. It was just like, wow, okay, cool. Yeah, but I barely survived with like the skin in my teeth, and like those like couple like just little like exactly survivings was like enough for the model to like get out. It like forced activations, but it wasn't like it sucked because I definitely had other plans and do other stuff.
Right.
But like I mean,
It's a
yeah,
shame.
if I have
It's a
to run
shame when
away
your
to like,
opponent stops you from doing everything you want.
I know it's really unfair. How dare they play the game against me and counter what I want to do? What is
Miles
this?
chilling on the back on one the entire game is the bane of my existence back there.
Yeah, I mean, he even like came out and like threw some kickies every once in a while too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny, you also played a lot of the game on your clock. You were very generous with your time.
I mean, yeah, I've not played much clock on TTS, so I'm not as like memory muscled into like clicking it back over or whatever. But
right.
There's enough clock where we could have played almost the entire game on one person's clock.
It's close. Curtis, do you have any questions for Johnny?
No, when Johnny and I were practicing for squad goals together, every time he would play a game, he would say that he got diced for 2 rounds and then played all webbed up in one. So this seems like a pretty typical Johnny game from what I've heard.
This was 3 rounds, I would like to add. Thank you very much. This is atypical.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'm proud of you, Johnny. That was you both played a great game, and it was obviously very close in the end, and a couple swings either way could have changed the outcome. So definitely a really nice competitive game, and we didn't have to watch Hellfire vs. Webs on Lucas's stream again. So I think that was great.
Look, if that happens for the finals again, we're making Schmid cast it. There's no question. It's non-negotiable.
Ben, I just want to say that are you going to play in the next season?
It depends on the time frame. With I'm a teacher, so with work starting back in August, things may be a little bit complicated. But since this has been my first season, and I'm super happy to make it to cuts. It really makes me want to play next season.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Thank you, man.
I am not very many players can make it into cut on their first season. I was not one of the players who did it, so that's you're already ahead of me. All right, so nice work.
Appreciate that.
And yeah, I'd love to see you back next season.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. We'll sure try to make it happen.
Okay. All right. I think that's it. So thank you for letting us stream the game, and that was a pleasure to watch. And we'll catch you guys next time. So good luck in future games.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. See you later.
Y'all have a great night.
Bye.
All right. There we go. Game 2 of the cuts in the books. Well, this is game 3 because there was a game that went by unstreamed, and I'll never live that down. But anyway, thanks, Curtis, for joining me on commentary. Congrats both players for making it this far. And looks like Johnny is advancing to the top 16. So we're going to see another European player dominating in the cuts. All right, let's see which bracket wins out in the end. All right, guys, I will catch you later. My next stream guaranteed is for sure. I've got a stream on Friday and another stream on Saturday as part of the Montreal Shark Tank versus Pork Roll Protocol. I'm gonna see if I can stream more of these cut games, but yeah, we'll see if time permits. All right, see ya.